You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:02. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. It is the home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. Big shout out to the boys and Donovan for holding it down without me as took a little trip out to Jasper. Little family time. Got the family in from Australia, so we took the drive out there on Sunday early morning. A little scary, Duke. I'm not going to lie to you. We had that conversation. Do we turn around here after you see a few cars in the ditch, a couple ambulances, a couple fire trucks with their slow sign? I was driving pretty slow, and this firefighter was just waving the slow sign. Could we just put a number on that slow sign instead? Maybe it'd be like digital, and you could change it. Or like an old-fashioned, you just flip it down to the speed you want people to go. So I was going like 30. That wasn't slow enough for this firefighter. It was just waving it like crazy. Anywho, means nothing. Happy to be back, though. Talk some Oilers after they come off nice win last night over the Nashville Predators. Leon Draisaitl, as expected, I would think, doing some good things against them. Connor McDavid had the hat trick. You had Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picking up assist number 500 in his career. And the Edmonton Oilers improving to 21-16-6 on the season. Good for Kasperi Kapanen as well, returning to the lineup, a couple points, gets the goal as well. And between the pipes for Connor Ingram, outside of a minute span, pretty good. Oilers fans always want that plus 900 save percentage. He gave it to him, 9:23 last night. And a minute, 15 seconds. That's all it really was for Ryan O'Reilly and Nick Blankenberg. The text line is 1-833-401-1440. If you'd like to get in on the conversation, you can also email us, Connor at sports1440.ca, Brandon at sports1440.ca. We can talk Oilers. We'll look at the NFL playoffs coming up this weekend. Gets going Saturday at 2:30. And hey, it's not the Houston Texans. It's going to be the Panthers and the Rams, followed by Bears-Packers Saturday night. That's outstanding. Sunday morning, Jacksonville and Buffalo, which should actually be a very good game. Probably all these games will be very good. Then you got Philadelphia and San Fran, the Sunday nighter, Chargers and Patriots, and then Monday night, Dukes, Texans in Pittsburgh taking on the Steelers. Brandon, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Connor. Glad to have you back. Welcome back. We did hold it down while you were away, but that also doesn't mean that you weren't missed by not only those of us in studio, but I'm sure by the listeners and the viewers as well. So glad to have you back. Glad the trip went well, even if the travel conditions were a little dicey. Too bad you're not going this weekend.
Supposed to be quite nice.
The weather, we're talking like +7 on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Here in Edmonton.
That'd be an easy drive.
You just told me you did not, in fact, you told me off air that you did not go to the Athy B and rip it up at any point on this little brief getaway, which is too bad. In the old Connor Halley would have done that for sure.
Oh, absolutely. We would have shut it down, in fact. But no, this one, it was family time. My niece and nephews, there's 4 of them under the age of 7. So it was a lot of trying to wrangle them, plus a little Benny. We went out to Pyramid Lake to rent some skates and rip it around. And then the guy's like, well, the conditions aren't great. You might want to go to JPL. So we drove down there, and then it was just such a mayhem there. And then it was Benny's nap time. So I didn't even get to throw on the skates and go for a little twirl. That was disappointing. The other family did, but the little guy needed his nap, so that was top priority. That's the way she goes, though, Duke. Good little town, though. Recommend getting out there, and you can definitely see kind of the devastation from the wildfires. Just driving through, you see the trees or what remains of the trees, and you go past the kind of main strip, and you can see the houses being rebuilt. So good to get out there and try to boost that economy a little bit. The restaurants there are absolutely amazing. Again, 1-833-401-1440. Lance just said I did end up buying those Harlem Globetrotters tickets. I don't know what that is in reference to, but I did go to those guys once. It was fun.
Lance texted in yesterday and asked if any of us had been, what we thought of it. And Donovan and I never have. Josh said he went a number of years ago, maybe the last time they were here. I don't know how often they come around, but said it was a good time. And I texted Lance right after the show because it was at the tail end. A lot of people texted in saying they had been and definitely encouraged Lance and his better half to go check it out this weekend. They're here at Edmonton.
Kind of one of those things I feel like you have to go do once in your life. Like they put on a show. It was fun. The only downside for us is there was no beer sales when we went. And I don't know if that carries over to this time around, but for 4 guys in our mid-20s, we're like, let's go have a couple beers and watch this. That was a little bit disappointing.
Turns out you just watched it.
Well, you grab a soda instead and you make do and you enjoy the show a little more PG. But yeah, definitely, if you can, get out and see that.
I suggested to anybody that instead of, it's a very similar product, to come watch the Critters tomorrow night in New Sarepta.
Oh, yeah. Gregor's old stomping grounds.
That's right. And Eddie Steele's playing.
Oh, Eddie's going to play.
Grey Cup champion.
What position is he going to play?
He's Kevin Karras' D partner.
What are you going to play?
I'm playing second line wing.
Oh, I thought you got the scratch again.
That's where I live again. No.
Well, you did get scratched.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease. I made enough of a fuss about getting the health bomb or potential health bomb at the last game that now they don't even think about. I'm volunteering to give my spot up, and Marty says no, we're going to be pigeon tossing SKS to the minor league team 96.3 Breezers before I get the health bomb. Should be fun though. Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, usually is. I put a wager. You guys are like the Harlem Globetrotters. You'll probably find
we're
a way
just
to
bad
win.
at everything.
Well, but you'll win. We
will win.
I'm saying. Guy,
we find a way.
Says, I'm going to say it now. The Washington Generals are going to win. I thought they were due. That's what Krusty the Clown once said. MTR says, hey guys, it'll be the year of the wild card, which I think the 3 of us, me, MTR, and the Duke would be happy about. That would be meaning the Rams would win. Probably not a surprise. Packers over the Bears might be tough. Buffalo over Jacksonville. I don't think anyone would say that's impossible. Niners over the Eagles, Chargers over the Patriots, and the Houston Texans to beat the Steelers. None of those seem crazy, maybe outside of they all kind of seem like it's very possible. Now, Jacksonville has been playing very good. I kind of like Chicago to beat Green Bay, especially at home. Another chance for Packers quarterback to down the Bears and say, we own you. But, I think there's some locks. I think the Rams are pretty much a lock. Even though the Panthers beat them once, good revenge game. I would say your Texans are probably a lock, Duke. I don't know if you feel that confident, but...
I'm feeling quite confident. I am.
You can run, but DK Metcalf's back.
That does improve the Steelers' offense in theory, but I just think of the Steelers' O-line is quite good, but I just think of Aaron Rodgers standing back there and Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter bearing down on him, among others, should they decide to bring a little extra heat. Despite being the team with the lowest blitz rate in the NFL and still having the effectiveness down in the quarterback that team has had this year.
I was going to say, you really don't have to blitz that often with that defensive line you guys have.
Yeah, they take care of business.
MTR says, I love Green Bay in that game. Not sure why. You could see it happen. 100%. A great chance, for the Packers lore. Where do you guys rank McDavid's line among the best lines in the NHL? From Nick. Right now?
Number 1.
Oh, yeah.
the numbers don't lie. The production in the month of December and now carrying into January is, it's not quite unprecedented, but what was the last player to have as many points in December? Like it was Stamkos 10 years ago or something. You forgive me for not having the exact year, but he's on a roll, and Hyman, the rate he held off the score sheet last night. Actually, surprisingly, tonight you put up the goals totals that you do, but Hyman's been scoring at a great rate since returning. RNH, right? Continues to contribute, but also be the benefactor. Takes good players to play with good players, and that's what we're kind of seeing with that top line right now. Hyman and Nuge just riding shotgun with Connor McDavid, who's on another level right now.
If you're having the conversation, you got to put the Avs top line in there, I would say, based on just star power with McKinnon. I feel like when they're playing good, could the Stars top line be there with Duchesne Johnston and Mikko Rantanen?
It's fair.
Who else is out there? Vegas?
Vegas is a little bit of a slide right now. Not playing their best hockey. Hurricanes top line, which I'm trying to think of who even is on that on a day-to-day basis. Like, you have to think Aho, Ehlers, and someone else. And they were playing Stankoven at center, but
Svechnikov per
Svechnikov.
daily faceoff.
That's a good line.
That's not a bad line. So that being said, it's Connor McDavid's line. He's been.
I think they're the best line in the NHL right now.
Yeah.
And I don't feel out of line saying it.
His goal on the power play last night, I know it's not his line per se. When I saw it in real time, because it was kind of how he finished, was blocked off by Mr. Saros.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure he had to tuck that in backhand. But like from like behind the net, you know? Because like how do you do that? For him to go forehand, I thought it was just like a sneaky, crazy play with just how good he is, just to tuck it in there. And he's unbelievable. We knew it was going to happen. Like, we talked about it on the Gregor show. We talked about it here on Fantasy Frenzy. I'm sure Karius and Lotai, like, he's going to find his game. He's going to be that guy again. It's just a matter of when it happens. And we're in it right now. He's doing it. 1-833-414-1440. Stulo says, hey, gents, did you hear that Nuge is huge? What a guy. So happy for him to reach that milestone. What are your thoughts on him reaching 1,000 points in his career? Is it doable? Yes. I mean, we talked about it after Leon Draisaitl got there. And I think it was a 5-question topic. Gregor and I both had him getting there. He's 218 points away.
Mm-hmm.
So could he go 4 more
30,
years?
He's 32. The way he plays, he's been quite healthy throughout his career with a few minor exceptions. You're talking about several more seasons of very productive hockey to amass. Like, what'd you say, 218 points?
Yeah. So he needs to be like a 50-point player.
Which he largely has been. And, then you get these bonus seasons of 100 points. This year, he's point per game player plus. So things are looking good. I absolutely would. If I could put a future on that, I would.
And there was remember when Ovi was chasing Gretzky's record? People don't like him, I know. But I was saying, I hope he drags out if he has to. If he has to, keep playing so you get it. I would hope the same for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. If his game slowed down and after a couple of years, he's dropping down to a 30-point player.
All of a sudden, he's playing fourth-line minutes as a penalty kill specialist for hopefully still the Oilers. Because I'd love to see him be a one-jersey guy throughout his NHL career and be the franchise all-time leader, which also kind of looks like a lock at this point. I could see him legging it out a little bit into his late 30s and chipping away until he gets there.
Here's a question for you. Would you rather see him retire as an Oiler at 960 or get to 1,000 with a different team?
That is a good question, Cons.
Connor's choice.
I'll say retire an Oiler at 960.
Yeah.
Everything he's been through at the team, you hold out hope that he'll get a chance to win a Stanley Cup, another chance, I should say, to win a Stanley Cup here. Be the franchise's all-time leader in games played, was a one-jersey guy in junior through some pretty lean years with the Rebels as a 15-year-old, 16, and then 17-year-old. Some really lean years here to start things off with the Oilers going all the way back to being a top pick. Even if he were to come just short of that 1,000-point plateau, I still think it would be cool to see him play it all here in Edmonton.
I'm with you. I mean, it seems like a kind of a common sense move, and hope it wouldn't happen anywhere else. Not Fred texting in saying, make sure you get your long johns on tomorrow, because it doesn't matter if it's plus 20 outside. That new Sarepta rink is freaking cold, Duke. There's your advice. Have you played out there yet?
I have never played in New Sarepta. It was a little too far for my minor hockey days. We wouldn't have ventured quite that far north and, pretty much straight north of Delburn, really, actually. And we haven't played there before for the Critters in my couple of years. So, no, I've never been. But listen, I've played in some cold barns. Alex, Alberta, coldest arena I've ever played in. And I haven't played there since I think I was 13 years old.
Get some heaters on the bench or something, right?
Even here in the city, like Argyle Arena, that's a very cold rink. Very cold. And I play there frequently at this point.
And you're there a lot. Just want to check here. Eden, Father Arias, that texted in. Morning, gents. Remember in the beginning of the season, I told you the Bears will be in the playoffs? The Bears, they're about to put an end to the sorry has-been Packers this weekend. Enjoy, Eden, Father of Arias. It could happen.
I'm in on the Bears.
The Bears are a fun team to watch. I don't ever I would never DM an athlete when they cost me fantasy, Duke. But I kind of wanted to DM Swift. Like, hey, man, thank
Thanks.
you.
Way to show up.
No one else on my team did. Thank you. Because that's giving me a soft spot for the Bears. I like Rome Odunze. I like Caleb Williams. I thought the naysayers were far too quick to label him a bust last year after 1 year.
Under Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, which
and like
is just
three
crazy.
different offensive coordinators in one season.
It was nuts. But I'm in on the Bears. I like that. Triple Cena Trucks. Oh, wait, no, sorry. We'll go to RBS. He says, can't wait to be sitting here Tuesday morning listening to you fellas talk about the Steelers in the next round. What do you think, Duke? RBS, noted Steelers fan.
I'm not saying it can't happen because I think RBS sent in almost an identical message going into week 18 about can't wait to be here Monday morning listening to you guys talk about the Steelers in the playoffs. And because I was talking about it with Eddie when I was filling in for Kevin, but like the Ravens absolutely should win this game. Everything on paper says they should. But this division, this historic rivalry, the Aaron Rodgers factor, all these things, I was like, I can see the Steelers winning it. I absolutely can. And they did. Took a missed field goal, ended up costing I don't think this single game is what cost John Harbaugh his job with that big news coming out yesterday afternoon, evening, but missing the playoffs certainly played a role in the decision, I would think. So it was a pretty important game in the big scheme, but I'm quite confident the Texans will take care of business.
Some Ravens fans have been clamoring for that coaching change for a while now. We'll take a break here. When we come back, let's look at the coaching vacancies in the NFL. See who we think would want to go to these teams and who will end up the head coach next season. It is Fantasy Frenzy, Halley, Douglas, and Fenwick with you here, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Action Electrical Solar Team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy, designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Your fantasy football league sucks. Why? Oh, we've got 7 painfully accurate reasons. And don't worry, we've got fixes too. Visit fantasytoilet.com for all the tools and hilarious awards to make your fantasy league suck less.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for everything in 2025. With your help and your support, we fed almost 500 families. We donated to various charities in the Edmonton area, and we're going to do it again in 2026. Please stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
Help your body manage stress with Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil Plus. This liquid formula is fortified with nutritional yeast, providing B vitamins for stress reduction and probiotics for intestinal health. Find it at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of every month.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Will Hawk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
I'm Rick Showers from Noble RV, and even though it's a few months past Thanksgiving, I want to give thanks right now. This is the time of year when so many people go to the new RV show and buy their new RVs.
All the new RV stores are bragging about the latest makes and models.
That's right, Bob. Those beautiful, state-of-the-art RVs are brand new right up until the time they leave the showroom. Then they're used. Just like every quality used RV on our lot, somebody pays full price at the RV show or at the new RV store, and in a matter of seconds, it's worth tens of thousands of dollars less just because they picked it up.
Where does all that money go, Rick?
It stays in our customers' pockets, Bob, because we sell those same RVs just a few years later. If it wasn't for new RV buyers, we'd be out of business. That's why we give thanks every year. You make it all possible.
And that's NobleRV.ca.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
11:24. Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Go say hello. Say hey to Trent. Talk to him about the Cowboys, maybe. Talk some Oilers as well. Grab yourself a couple bags of beef jerky. It is the best. 1-833-401-1440. That is the text line. You can email us, Connor at sports1440.ca, Brandon at sports1440.ca. That's Brandon Douglas. Josh Fenwick here as well. Josh, you want emails from people too? Josh at sports1440.ca. You guessed it. Maybe you can comment on the YouTube. Hey, Josh, I think this would look better. And then maybe he'll change it. Maybe he won't. There's only one way to find out. Text line again, 1-833-401-1440. We'll take some text here. We're also going to take a look at the coaching carousel in the NFL. Black Monday, as they call it. I was off when all the coaches were losing their jobs. And we're going to maybe go through those teams and see who we think might end up there as the team's next head coach. But first, should let you know this segment is brought to you by elksnation.ca. 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele, Declan Kruger, breaking down their green and gold, the most in-depth double E football coverage you'll find. elksnation.ca. Articles, podcasts, videos, contests, and more. Montana DeRice said, I think that the Packers resting most of their guys last week will go a long way for guys like Jacobs. Be a close game, but I have the Packers. Delta Valley Jeff says, News for Raptors not cold at all. My son had a game there on Saturday. No jacket needed. Great concession, too. There you go, Duke. I know you love the concessions in the rinks.
Well, yeah, I just love food. Look at me.
It's the best.
But we get served food after the game. So unless I'm getting a little nippy on the way in, I don't get enough Royal Pizza on the hour drive out there. I suppose I could pop by the concession for. Listen, I love a rink burger. There's few things better, and I know our friend Liam Harobin, in his scouting time, he loves to scout not only the players on the ice but also rink fries around the province, and beyond.
I like when you get the thing of fries and they give you that little fork thing, 2 prongs. You ever get that?
Oh yeah. I have not gotten that in a very long time, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Throw a little vinegar on it. Oh man,
so good.
I think in 2025 those are just hard to come by. I guess it's 2026 now. Bring back those little.
If you get one though, it's made out of wood or paper and it disintegrates at your touch.
You get a sliver too. Stinks.
Yeah. R.I.P. Marty's gums.
Lance says, why is the most historic rivalry Bears and Packers game on Prime? Okay, well, it's on Prime in the States, but it's still going to be on cable in Canada, I believe. That's how it's gone. Every game that's been on Prime has been on cable still. I think with the rights, CTV and TSN still get them. So it'd be okay. I don't know. We're going forward with technology. I have Prime, so I'm not worried about it. Doesn't everyone have Prime? Duke, do you have Amazon Prime?
Straight up, they took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, like, I feel that Amazon Prime is the one thing that almost, like, above all else, everyone has. There isn't something that every single person has, but the leader in the clubhouse would have to be Amazon Prime, right? And with it, Prime Video, even if it's the version with ads.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Canada, it doesn't matter. You can watch it, like, you can watch that any game that's on Prime football-wise on your CTV or TSN cable package, or on TSN Plus, or even on DAZN, if that's how you watch your football up here. It's like it's available on all those, so it doesn't really matter.
Canceled my DAZN last week.
That's actually a good reminder. I need to, I'll be late on it, I guess, because I'm an idiot. I always forget too far in advance that I don't need it. I don't need the ability for the quad box in the playoffs because there's only one game on at a time.
Exactly.
I'm so
exactly.
stupid.
Well, you got another month of watching Hard Knocks or
inside the
soccer
AFC
if you
East.
want. Yeah, exactly. You're set. Okay, let's just run through some of these jobs in 2026. And I think the top spot is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. Duke, you have Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP. Derrick Henry, hey, he's getting older, but he's King Henry. The defense showed signs. He got some good players there. If you had your choice, you're running things in Baltimore, who do you want to be the next head coach of the Ravens?
Well, I guess maybe you start that conversation with what type of coach do you want? Do you think an offensive-minded guy to work with and grow with Lamar Jackson? Because we see it so often. If you have a defensive head coach, OCs get poached, and all of a sudden your quarterbacks will start over again, right? Jalen Hurts has been the best example of that in Philadelphia. Had a different OC like every year of his NFL career. That's where my mind goes, is to have an offensive guy. So what are some of the top names there that are available? If you're looking for a fresh mind, or fresh face? Is it Mike LaFleur? Is it Joe Brady? Is it Kevin Stefanski?
Mm-hmm.
Cliff Kingsbury, who was just fired as the OC in Washington. I kind of doubt it. I don't know if he'll be in much consideration. But you know what? I'm gonna say the name that I think is going to be one of the hottest ones. You said this could be the best job. I'm going to say Clint Kubiak.
Okay. I like that one. I'm going to go to the defensive side of the football.
Are you?
I think they look to find a good offensive coordinator to, open things up. But I'm going to say my very own Chargers get poached, and Jesse Minter becomes the next head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. 42 years old, no head coaching experience, but spent time with Baltimore, DB coach, defensive assistant. So he's got, roots there with the organization, which might matter to ownership, and an up-and-comer in the coaching ranks. So I'm going to go with Jesse Minter. I think that'd be a very good job. Okay, so we have our little picks there. How about the Atlanta Falcons? What do you think happens here? Because I posted the graphics a couple weeks ago. They had McDonald from the Seahawks in their building, interviewed him, hired Morris before. The Titans, same sort of thing. Excuse me. They hired Callahan, but had an interview with McDonald before. So maybe we'll question them as soon as they make their move. But where do you think the Atlanta Falcons should go?
Oh, this is so perplexing. They tried the defensive guy, right, and Raheem Morris, and the defense did take steps. Like, everything about the Falcons this year showed that they should have been a playoff team, should have been a better team than they were with the numbers guys put up. They hit on their two first-round draft picks on the defensive side of the ball. I wonder if a guy like Robert Saleh could surface down in Atlanta. Rebuilt himself after a failed tenure with the Jets. Maybe not a fair shake because they're the Jets, but back in San Fran under Kyle Shanahan, it seems primed to get another look as a head coach.
That'd be interesting. I'm going to go Stefanski.
See, so I know you're. So the thing is, for me with Stefanski, I already have my mind made up about where he's
going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go to Cleveland next then. Who do you like for the Browns?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember his name, but I think they promote their defensive coordinator. It's been the only good thing about the Browns is their defense. And it seems like if they don't promote him, he could maybe get a job elsewhere in the, if not immediate, semi-immediate future. And then all of a sudden your defense has to kind of, quote unquote, start over.
You're talking Jim Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz.
Former head coach of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Was he there for the winless year?
In Detroit or Cleveland?
Detroit. Oh, maybe both. No,
Hugh
thought he was
Jackson,
there.
legend. That I'm not sure of. Good question.
That'd be an interesting one. For Cleveland. How about John Harbaugh?
In division?
Yeah.
See, here's what I think.
He grew up in Ohio.
I think the Ravens shouldn't have fired John Harbaugh, waited for the Steelers to get blown out on Monday night, and the Steelers are like, all right, maybe we should move on from Mike Tomlin, and they just trade them for each other.
Coaches trade?
The coaches trade. Rare. Have we seen one since Gruden?
I don't know. No, not at all.
He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Played his former team. Certainly did not.
Which is wild.
Didn't hurt.
It's like you could not. Hey, script writers, another banger they pumped out. 25 years ago now is where we're at for that one.
Unbelievable. Oh yeah, they talk about the Bucks in practice. Like, oh yeah, we knew exactly what they were doing. Okay, so if we just go through the Browns, then Vegas Raiders. Talking about the Raiders, who do you like there?
I think this is where an offensive fresh face lands to pair with Fernando Mendoza. I don't know if I have a surefire one, but I mentioned Mike LaFleur as an option. Joe Brady. There's one site I've been doing some browsing around here these past couple of days, and the Jacksonville OC under Liam Cohen, Grant Udinski, as a name that's kind of gained some traction with the Jags turnaround, even though I think probably Liam Cohen is the bigger factor there. So you know what? I'll say Mike LaFleur.
Going offensive.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. If you're going to draft Mendoza first overall, pair your coach or your quarterback with a coach.
Okay, I'll go Clint Kubiak from the Seattle Seahawks, offensive coordinator. Obviously, his dad played in the NFL, was I believe, Super Bowl winning head coach.
Yeah, with the Broncos.
After they moved on from Jim Fox. Guy's a football lifer. So I'm going to go with Kubiak, what the Seahawks have done this year, bringing in Sam Darnold. And I think that's a good spot for him. So, okay, we get past the Giants then. New York Giants.
I think Kevin Stefanski will be the head coach of the New York Giants.
That's where you're going?
I draw some comparisons between Baker Mayfield and Jackson Dart as players, and Stefanski won a playoff game with the Browns. It seems unfathomable when you look back as a two-time Coach of the Year winner. I get all the hype around Harbaugh. I still think Stefanski should be the most sought-after name in this hiring cycle. And I think it just kind of seems like a fit.
All right. I'm going to go Brian Flores from the Minnesota Vikings.
Whoa.
Obviously, he has his issues. Maybe the owners don't want to hire him, but what he did with that Vikings defense for a couple of years there was unbelievable. Not many quarterbacks had great success against them, and the Giants defense, it's got some pieces. So another case where you got to find that offensive coordinator to come in and, grow with Jackson Dart and the rest of that young offense, but going defensive. Okay, Tennessee Titans.
Who cares?
This is one I think you have to hire a former head coach.
You need some stability.
Someone to bring some respect to the program. Stability, yes. Who do you like?
John Harbaugh.
Oh, okay. There it is. Is Gruden banned from the NFL still?
I don't think so. You could see them going John Gruden.
So go for Gruden. Why not? Listen, the emails were bad. We know that. Okay, fine. Less controversial former head coach, Mike McCarthy. Bring him back.
Year off?
He's a stabilizer, He won a Super Bowl a long time ago. Got the Cowboys in the right direction. I think the Titans just need that. So that's the way I'm going to go.
So a name that none of us said as any of these openings. Is that all of them?
That's all of them, yeah.
But reportedly has like 6 interviews this week is Vance Joseph.
That's a great one.
Out of Denver.
Yeah.
And this is a topic you and I have broached many times on this program. Like Vance Joseph, you gave that a run being a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
It did not go very well. You have such a good thing going as the DC in Denver. Why?
It's kind of like with the Chiefs when they were winning Super Bowls.
Yeah, on a similar note, another name that's getting a lot of traction as a head coach candidate, Matt Nagy.
Nagy got some, he's got some interviews.
God. Which, explain this one to me, Connor. He's been a head coach. You know, had a little bit, had flashes of success in Chicago. In his time back with the Chiefs, has that offense not just gotten worse every year?
Yeah, I think you could definitely argue that. Oh, no, I don't think argue it. I think it's Mahomes did look good at times this year.
For sure, but like he's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But you look at the rest of the Chiefs offense and what are the things you're often complaining about? Well, yeah, the O-line is terrible. The receivers, they can't seem to get a surefire replacement as like a deep threat. Tried a few different options at it.
They've tried, yeah.
Is it scheme? Is it personnel? Is it the guys that he's been given? We don't necessarily know. It could be a combination, of course. But I just wonder how is you look at the results and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I want the guy that's behind that to be leading my team moving forward.
Oh, Josh has the numbers. Well, and you mean people knocked Bieniemy, and
and guess what? He never got a head coaching job.
I will say the reason I didn't like him as a head coach, I mean, I heard the interview stories, whatever. I just thought that it was Mahomes and Andy Reid. So for that same reason, I'm out on Nagy. You got the numbers here, Josh.
So this is the Chiefs' yards per play rank in the Patrick Mahomes era. From 2018 to 2022, they were either first or second. In 2023, they hired Matt Nagy. They dropped to 9th. 2024, they were 22nd. And this season, I guess, they were 23rd.
Now, and when did they move on from Tyreek Hill?
It would have been the 2020
the year before Nagy
season, right?
It was after Tua was drafted, which was 2020. So 2022, maybe?
Yeah.
2021? That would have an impact. It's pretty
for
good
sure.
guy could run fast.
But then was it not that first season without Hill, they went back and won the Super Bowl again? And everyone's like, they don't miss him at all.
They were first in yards per play.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it plays out for Nagy. Maybe he gets in there.
But yeah, like I just look at like Nagy, I don't know why he's being considered. And then a very like opposite end of the spectrum, Vance Joseph, I don't know why he's considering doing it. And I get it. It's the personality traits. There's a reason these guys are in these spots that they're in. They want to be the guy. But he did it. He tried it. Didn't really work.
Does he want that to be his legacy? That I tried and it didn't work.
But why can't your legacy be you were one of the best defensive coordinators of your generation?
Well, he could always go back to that, right? Like what if the play falls off next year for the Broncos? The defense is stout.
And all of a sudden he's fired and now you have nothing.
And he's got nothing, right?
It's a good
point.
point.
Look at your old OC in Houston.
Slowick.
Yeah, like he was head coach, not like interviews and then gone.
That's where I'm at with Cliff Kingsbury right now. Yes, Jane Daniels was hurt a lot this year, but the Commanders, they just seemed like a team that was up against it to duplicate any of the success they had last year. Kingsbury's name after Daniels' rookie season was in the mix as like, this guy's definitely going to get another chance. He's showing he's still the offensive genius, all these things. Now he's just fired again, right?
Yeah.
So, and apparently Jane Daniels is not happy about this decision, reportedly.
Commanders had 1 year, man.
Yeah. And hey, NFC Championship game. Commie fans will have that forever.
Yeah. Call me a hater, but that organization, not my favorite.
Like I said, I just looked at like the way their defense was last year. The oldest team in the league again this season, if I'm not mistaken. It just seemed like even in a semi-open division, I could not envision them getting back to the playoffs.
No.
And they actually were even worse than I thought they were going to be, which is saying something.
And like you think of some of the players they counted on, like, hey, Debo's good, but he's aging. Austin Eckler, Achilles, aging. On Zach Ertz, aging. Bobby Wagner, aging. Von Miller, aging. Old.
This boy's aged.
He's aged. I mean, good for him to try to get another chance, but it just didn't work.
He had a sack in week 18.
Did he?
Vaughn did, I think.
Oh, good. Good football player, no doubt. Terrorized
Hall of
me.
Famer.
Yeah, terrorized me for a long time as a Bronco. He and DeMarcus Ware. Nikki Northside says Sean Payton was traded. That's a good one. That was in order for them to release him from his contract with the Saints. The Broncos agreed with it. Was a first-round pick in 2023 and a second-round pick in 2024. So there you go. Nikki Northside, thank you for the text. We'll take a break. When we come back, more text. We'll let you know what's coming up on the station for the rest of the day. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all say we're going to start eating healthier or going to the gym or starting that new hobby. But at GS Construction, we actually follow through on our New Year's resolution because it's the same every year. We promise to set the groundwork, literally, for another year of progress and growth. And we've stuck by that resolution since 1974. So start that all-you-can-eat diet. GS Construction is going to start planning right now for the year ahead. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Wilhock beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Wilhock beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Wilhock beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win cups with salad.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
A pizza from Papa John's is already pretty great, but you know what's even better? 2 pizzas from Papa John's. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping pizza for only $6 when you order any large specialty pizza at regular menu price. Whether you're feeding your family, your team, or yourself, get your next meal from your locally owned and operated Papa John's with a $6 one-top medium when you order any large specialty at regular menu price. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Reduce joint pain and inflammation with Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil Gel Caps, packed with a perfect ratio of omegas 3, 6, and 9 to support optimal health. Find this vegan, gluten-free formula at Vitality Health Foods, where customer appreciation is the first Tuesday and Wednesday of every month.
Jason Greger isn't just a sports guy. He's a community builder with over $3 million raised for local charities. And his Greger Foundation, he's making a difference on and off the air. Check out Greger weekday afternoons on Sports 1440.
Measles outbreaks are occurring in Canada, including Alberta. These outbreaks are highly preventable. Measles is an extremely contagious disease that is spread easily through the air. The best way to protect yourself, your family, and your community is to ensure you are up to date with your immunizations. Don't get measles. Get immunized. Visit alberta.ca/measles to find out if you're up to date and what to do if you're not. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at what'syourshare.ca.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:45. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhockbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Our text line is 1-833-441-1440. If you'd like to watch the show, which is an interesting concept, watching sports radio, check us out on YouTube, Sports 1440 AM. You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, Twitch. We're essentially everywhere. So go seek us out. Hit that like button and subscribe.
Yesterday on the Kevin Carey Show, Spec asked Kevin what Twitch is. And Kevin started like he was going to try and explain it and then just admitted that he had no idea.
That's fair. No,
nobody
does.
I was interested to hear Kevin's attempted explanation, but he didn't even bother.
Yeah, It's for streaming games, right? Like gaming.
I think that's its most popular use, yes.
But you can also like give tips.
Here's a tip. Take a shower.
It's a good one. But yeah, check us anywhere. Now, I get an email from Cam Tate. He's like, hey, can you mention the 2-minute warning poll today on X at Cam Tate? The journey continues. He says, how do you think media coverage helps amateur athletes in their journey? You can go vote at Cam Tate. Gets more attention, encourages to be better, helps with self-esteem, or all of the above. He's been asking these questions. Every once in a while, we get like the U, whatever, 13, insert team name that'll follow us on social media. And you get like the kids player of the game and stuff. I think it's fun. It's cool for the kids to show that. I don't think there's going to be any negativity because I think the only people that follow it are like the kids and their parents. But then there's some accounts that are like moms doing trends and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of get a little cringy.
That gets tough.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting the way that has changed. Hey, the Outlaws have a Facebook page, right, Duke?
Yeah. So the Senior Outlaws have all social media platforms, and I run them with the express purpose of like posting when the games are, fundraisers the team is doing, final scores, and then from the Facebook page we do the team's broadcast just on Facebook Live. So from the Agriplex, so it's pretty minor. It's part of my my duties, my responsibilities as the media guy for the team in my retirement.
The next step for a lot of guys.
I had a good run with the Senior Outlaws one season.
Lion says, I'm currently watching games done quick on Twitch while listening to you guys on the radio with the week off. Sounds quite nice.
Yeah, Lance had texted in about this the other day, and I had no idea what he's talking about. He sent a follow-up, and I didn't get a chance to explain that on air. Apparently it's a charity event. The best gamers from around the world play various video games for 24 hours a day for a week straight. Try to break world records at the games and raise millions of dollars every year. Totally out of my element, but sounds cool.
Sounds like I wasn't invited.
What would you stream, Connor?
Red Dead Redemption. No, GTA 5.
I would go...
Josh is shaking his head. What's up with those games?
The original Super Mario.
The original? That'd be fun.
Or no, wait. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage.
I thought you'd be a Crash Bandicoot kind of guy.
I did love Crash Bandicoot, but I never actually played the Crash Bandicoot games. I just played Crash Bash, which was their version of Mario Party. With like the mini games, multiplayer, compete against each other. Really fun. Really, really fun on the PlayStation 1.
That is fun.
Where I had that game.
Should let you guys know, coming up next is the Lowdown Flow Tide. Alan Mitchell, Declan Kruger. Fenwick will be around as well Wednesday. So Kevin McCurdy, they'll recap the Oilers, probably talk some NFL as well. And then from 2 to 6, it is the Jason Greger Show. We'll have Mike Rupp on the program. We're trying to track someone down to talk some NFL, business of sport with Rich Winter and Sue Taylor of Interval House of Canada. Should be a fun conversation there. At 4 o'clock, Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. We got your Remchuck at 4:20. 5 questions, spec, and more. So keep it locked here on Sports 1440. Then, of course, it is Fox Sports Radio all night long. Carrier's show back with the Duke and Fenwick tomorrow at 7 a.m. Will you guys have Laddie back in studio for the last couple hours? There you go. So should be a lot of fun in the next 24 hours here on Sports 1440. Rhoda chases. How about prime time to the Browns? Oh, coach's son again? That would be a little bit of a distraction, I would think. Just cut Dylan Gabriel, not even a trade. Like, yeah, we're moving on. Bud Baker says, Flores for Ravens coach. Got to get rid of Orr and Monken as well. Yeah, I saw some Ravens fans want to keep Monken there potentially. I've heard Orr has just been highly criticized.
But and you can speak to this if you read or heard anything, like saw it online about this, that Monken was part of the reason they fired Harbaugh because Lamar wanted the team to move on from him. Harbaugh said no. Harbaugh now needs a job.
Well, then I would assume he's gone.
That's where my assumption is as well. And yeah, the defensive coordinator, or I definitely have to think that he is also looking for a new job.
Yeah, it then definitely didn't go very well there. Now, like, it's interesting because in that division, you have like two staples with Harbaugh and Tomlin.
Had two staples. Past tense.
The goal is to win Super Bowls.
Right.
The goal is not to just make the playoffs. If you're a fan of like the Tennessee Titans, the Raiders, you want like that next head coach. Lance, that wasn't a shot. It's just, kind of factual. The standards are different. In his last, before this, you're going 8-9, he's in the playoffs. 10-7, 13-4, 12-5. Lost in the wild card, the AFC Championship in a divisional game. So they've lost in each of the rounds. For a lot of teams, you'd be happy with that. But the Baltimore Ravens, I mean, it's the standard just set so high. And it's kind of the same with the Steelers. But the Steelers find ways of just finding their way into the playoffs. So I'm just saying, I think a team is going to get a really good head coach here. And maybe the shelf life, everything expired, it wore off. It was time to move on. They needed something new. But I think Harbaugh is a heck of a coach. I think Stefanski's a good coach as well. He never really had a quarterback. He had some good defenses.
He got basically forced into moving on from Baker Mayfield with, once again, he won a playoff game with for the Browns.
Yeah.
He was the coach there for 5 years. In the 5 years previous to that, the Browns had 4 head coaches. And one of them was Hugh Jackson, who went 1-31 in 2 years.
Good guy, though.
Probably. They also had Greg Williams, Dr. Heat.
Yeah. Jeff on the farm says, hey, boys, as a Packers fan, I'd love to see Harbaugh go to the Packers. I think LaFleur can't get them over the hump. And that's it. At what point does the standard change? Okay, you're a struggling team. You get a coach that gets into the playoffs. That's great. But at some point, you need that leap over the top. And is Harbaugh the guy to do it? I mean, Ravens fans would probably say no. Maybe he hasn't been able to get you quite to where you want to be. And that's why they have to move on and find someone. Lance says, how fast can you beat GTA 5, Connor? Because the world record is 5 hours and 36 minutes. Oh, well.
That's doing the campaign mode?
That must be. Is that 100% beat or just enough to get the ending?
Do you have to do all the side quests?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that exists. I had GTA 5 and we played it a lot in my dorm room when I lived in Lister, first year university. But we maybe did the first handful of campaign mode. And then it was just, we would play it as a drinking game, pass the controller around, have fun.
Till you die.
Go around, do crime. It's fun to do bad things.
I will say, we did the same sort of thing with Red Dead Redemption. Just guys having a good time.
Right.
Right now, my character is saved. So every time I turn on the system, I'm in my hangar, and I've got a fighter jet I stole from the army. So I just go rip around in that. And I can't resave because I don't want to lose my fighter jets. So, yeah, I don't play very often, to be honest with you. I think I played it twice in the last 3 months. It's too bad. Dude, in this time, this is when you should really be logging a lot of minutes.
These trying times.
I know you have the cats, but you should really be gaming like a loon.
It's never really been my thing. Growing up, I played Chell and Madden for the most part. Once I was in my teen years. And before that, my PS1, yeah, lots of Crash Team Racing. Also, their counter to Mario Kart, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Spyro, love that game. Ape Escape. Those are games I played as a kid.
The games you love.
Kid. But after that, Madden and Chell.
Modern Warfare, 3 Zombies from Big Bad Joe. Good game, I hear. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Fantasy Frenzy. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time to do it all over again for the Duke and Fenwick. I'm Connor Halley. Have a great rest of your day. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update with Brandon Douglas, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com, only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
5-game slate in the NHL. Tonight, the Capitals welcome in the Stars. Flames visit the Canadiens. Blues take on the Blackhawks. Senators in Utah against the Mammoth. And the Nightcap battle of California teams as the Sharks head south to play the Kings. Germany and Denmark announcing their Olympic hockey teams earlier on this morning. Leon Draisaitl, a headline in the group for Team Germany, while current Bakersfield Condor Josh Szymanski also making the club. The Edmonton Oil Kings kicking off a road trip tonight in Swift Current against the Broncos. That one getting underway at 7 o'clock. And in the PWHL, lone game on the schedule, Seattle is in Boston to play the Fleet. Full slate of games in the association tonight, including the Raptors back at it. They're in Charlotte to play the Hornets. That one tipping off at 5 o'clock. Elsewhere, Denver in Boston. The Knicks hosting the Clippers at MSG. The Thunder try to get back on track against Utah. And the Lakers head to San Antonio to play Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is